Okay, if you've stuck with me this long, you've made it to the challenging level to create your own pixel art activity from scratch. This is a little bit different than what I'm used to. That's why I'm calling it difficult. I don't have a lot of experience with conditional formatting. So the first time I did this, it was kind of a struggle just figuring out what goes where. But after I've done a few of these activities now, it's pretty easy and quick to know what goes where and what the process looks like. So I'm going to show you how I get started with making a fresh pixel art activity. The first thing I'm going to do is select the very top left cell, and I'm going to click and hold down so that I can create a question and answer table, just like my first example. So I'm going to click up here where it says borders, and I'll click that first one just so it has that clear distinction between the first and second column. I'm going to call the first column question and the second column answer. Then I'm going to again select the top left and drag down, select that whole table I just made, and I'm going to fill it with a color that is different from white so that it really stands out to students and they know where to start. After I've made my table, now I need to make the portion of my pixel activity. So I'm going to click on the C column, and then I'm going to hold down my mouse so that I can select all of my other columns. You want to make sure that every single cell and every column turns blue and highlighted because we're trying to resize all of these columns together. So we're going to go all the way to Z and make sure that they're all selected and they're highlighted blue. You're going to move your mouse to the top where it says Z, and when you move your mouse a little bit to the right, you have a black arrow where you can hold now and click and move to the left, and now your columns have resized. What you're doing is basically making the palette for your pixels. This is where you're going to draw the picture, basically. So that's what I would normally start with, is drawing a picture on here using pixel colors. If I did want to resize it again, I could always go back and select all of these columns again and resize to make it a little bit smaller. I will say the smaller it is, the easier it is to make the picture because you don't have to select as many cells. So let's make a really quick picture here that we want students to see at the very end. So let's just make it a secret message where they're saying, I just say hi. We'll do a quick one for this. And I will say, instead of coloring every single cell, I really like to select all and do a copy and paste method because it makes it go by way faster when I'm trying to fill in these cells. So I have H and I have I. Okay, so I just want to say hi to my students. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up with my questions and my answers. We're going to stick to very basic questions just so you can see the process. So I'll say, what is the first letter of the alphabet? And I will click up here to text wrap so that it falls down perfectly. It's not taking up too much room of my answer column. And I want students to say A. And I'll say, what is 2 plus 2? I want students to say 4. I'll just do 2 questions for this tutorial just so you can see the process. Of course, you can use more questions than just 2, but this is how you're going to go about selecting the pixels that you want to be related to each question. So we're going to first select, let's just select all of the H column, or all of the H, the pink cells. So all of the ones from the H. So I'm not selecting any of the white space, just the pink cells. I've selected all of them. And I'm going to go up here where it says format, and I'm going to click on conditional formatting. On the right side, you'll see a little panel pop up, and we can now see all of those cells that we just selected. So the thing that says G5, G2, 6, all of that are the cells that we selected in the pink H. Then I'm going to go here where it says Format Cells If, and I'm going to click on this and go all the way down to where it says Custom Formula Is. This is the weirdest part of today's tutorial because it's very strange. It is a very specific formula. So if you're not experienced with conditional formatting like I was, you're going to think it looks really strange. But now that I've done it a couple times, it's just kind of memory at this point. So the first thing after, again, you've selected Custom Formula Is, you're going to click where it says Value or Formula, and you're going to type this, $, $B, because we're trying to find the answers in column B, another $, what the answer to that first question is for 2. We're at column 2, so we're going to say B2 is where that answer is. It's located right here. And then you're going to put less than symbol, greater than symbol, and since it's a letter, we are going to put quotation marks. The answer, which was A, we want students to say A, and then another ending quotation, okay? You'll start to see that the H has turned a different color. You can make that turn any color you want. So we want to turn it white if students are not answering A. So when you click Done now, the H has disappeared. And when you put A in, it will come back up. So let's now try to do our second one. This time we won't need quotations because we're not entering in a letter this time, we're entering in a number. So again, this will be easy since this is a straight line, but we're going to go to the top and we're going to drag down, select everything in that I because it's the only part of the picture that we haven't selected. We're going to go to Format. We're going to go down to Conditional Formatting. And again, we're going to go to Format Cells If, go down to Custom Formula Is. And then this is the weird part again. We're going to enter in that weird equation, that weird formula. It's an $, the column that the answer lives in, which is column B, another $, and the row that it's in, 3. And we're saying we want them to turn white if it does not equal 4. So that less than, greater than sign is basically language on here that says when it doesn't equal this answer, you want it to do something. And it's the same pretty much format each time. As you move down the rows, it'll be $B, $4, $B, $5 as you go down each row. Super strange to me, but I'm learning something new. I'm excited about it. So we're going to click Fill Color and click White and Done. And then when we go back and we delete our answers, now the mystery picture is gone.